All right, guys. So it is now officially the very first day of September. Okay, and I told you guys that we could potentially see Bitcoin not perform that great this month in September because, as we all know, or maybe you guys don't know yet, that September historically is not a great month for Bitcoin. Usually, Bitcoin, okay, does not perform that great in September. Okay, so that's why I've been telling you guys many times, this drop that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin. Okay, we did in fact, see Bitcoin reaching a new high of $124,000 a couple weeks ago, and now today it's below 110. Okay, so Bitcoin has in fact been in this correction, right? And it's completely normal. Okay, you guys need to understand that we're not going to see Bitcoin go up forever. Okay, we're going to see corrections along the way. So when in doubt, zoom out, guys, and you guys can just clearly see we are completely fine for Bitcoin. Okay, we are used to these corrections. Okay, so understand, guys, since it is in fact the month of September, I told you guys many times that I do believe this crash for Bitcoin will potentially get even worse. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to perform that great this month in September because, like I said many times, right, historically, September is just a very, very bearish month for Bitcoin, okay, all around. So that is exactly what I want to talk about for today. Also, want to quickly, give you guys an update on Bitcoin, of course, and there is in fact some charts that I do want to show you guys. Even though, yes, in the next upcoming few weeks, right, this month alone in September, yes, we could potentially see Bitcoin, going lower, right? But you guys need to understand Q4, October especially, is going to be amazing for Bitcoin because, as we all know, October is a very, very bullish month for Bitcoin. Okay, and that's why a lot of people call it October. So that's what I want to talk about for today's video. So looking at the Bitcoin price today, okay, Bitcoin is slightly dropping, lower than where it was yesterday. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin at about 109 to 108. Today it's dropped all the way to 107. Okay, right now it's kind of bouncing back up right now if we're looking at it the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, you guys can clearly see it is slightly bounced back up. So we did see Bitcoin at about 107.2. Right now it's currently at 107.9, just below 108. But yeah, Bitcoin today is slightly dropping further down to the downside. Okay, the crypto market today overall is down. Okay, slightly as well. I mean, altcoins today are down quite a bit. Ethereum's down 1%. XRP is down over 3%, almost 4%. Solana's down almost 3%. Dogecoin is down 3%. Same with Cardano and Chainlink. Sui is down 4%. See a lot of reds all around. Okay, you guys clearly see that. Let's have a look at Casper. Casper is also dropping today. It is down over 2%. But yeah, overall, altcoins are in fact in the reds today. Okay, you guys clearly see that. Okay, as we know, a couple of weeks ago, we did see a lot of altcoins pumping, but of course, we're not gonna see that forever, right? We're gonna see corrections, guys. So yeah, altcoins are dropping. So this is, like I said many times, a great time to simply accumulate more Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins. Okay, altcoins that you guys have in fact been, DCAing into, right? So this is still a great time to accumulate more, right? It really, really is, because what you guys need to understand, this month in September, okay, is truly the best time to accumulate to prepare yourselves for Q4. Okay, this is going to be the last month of Q3, right? September, and then we're going to be entering Q4, which is going to be October, November, and December. And I truly do believe, like I said many times, Q4 is going to be amazing for both Bitcoin and crypto. Okay, you guys need to understand that. Okay, alt season will be happening, right? And the Bitcoin dominance has been dropping right now today, right? It is back above 58%. A couple of days ago, we did actually see this. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance actually below 58%, but you guys need to understand the Bitcoin dominance will continue to drop further down to the downside because alt season will happen. Okay, that's what you guys need to realize. Okay, alt season will happen. Okay, we're going to see the Bitcoin dominance dropping to 50%, 40% to even 30%, right? And that's when we're going to see a lot of altcoins skyrocketing. So I hope you guys are truly prepared for that, right? Now, yes, looking at this, right, the Bitcoin monthly returns. So it is the new month, like I said. Okay, you guys clearly see it's the very first day of September. And yeah, you guys can clearly see August, right? We did end it off in the reds. Okay, August was a pretty bumpy road for Bitcoin. Okay, like it was in the greens, and then it was back in the reds, and then it was back in the greens, and then it was back in the reds. Okay, so August was a pretty bumpy road for Bitcoin, and we did officially end it off in the reds. Okay, so you guys can clearly see it was down 6.5%. And yeah, August was not too great for Bitcoin. And yeah, you guys can clearly see since today is the very first day of the new month, September, one of the most bearish times, right, for Bitcoin. It is down almost 1% on the very first day, guys. Not a great start, okay, I must say. And yeah, Q3, right, we are still in the greens, slightly in the greens, okay, 0.22%, right? And yeah, I do believe maybe Q3 we could potentially end it off in the reds. Okay, I do believe Q3 we will potentially end, flip this to the reds, and I do believe Q3 we're gonna end it off in the reds as well, because you guys can see historically September is a very, very bearish month. Okay, this is how bearish September is, guys. Okay, just last year in 2024, you guys can clearly see for September, we were actually in the greens, okay, and it was up over 7%, 7.3%, okay, and that was the best performing September ever for Bitcoin history, and it was up only over 7%. Just think about that, guys. That just shows you guys how bearish September really, really is for Bitcoin. So that's why, guys, I truly do believe I'm not, expecting too much for Bitcoin this month, and yeah, I'm expecting Bitcoin to go much, much lower, okay? Because historically, right, September is just in general not a great month for Bitcoin, okay? You guys can clearly see like a lot of reds throughout September in Bitcoin history, right? You guys can clearly see that, okay? We're not seeing a lot of greens in September, but you guys can clearly see October, there's a lot of greens, okay? And usually, like I said, right, October is a very, very bullish month for Bitcoin. November as well, right? And December is like 50-50, right? During Christmas time and whatnot, it's 50-50. December is not too bad for Bitcoin, right? In general, Q4 is pretty bullish for Bitcoin, okay? So just remember, guys, we're on fucking a bull market, and I do believe in Q4, that's when Bitcoin will, bounce back up to its previous highs of $124,000, right? And it's not going to stop there. It's also going to be reaching a new high. You guys need to understand the top is not in yet for Bitcoin. So yes, you guys can clearly see September is usually Bitcoin's weakest month. In past post-halving years, August closed green before a red September, but this time August is red. Okay, could September break the pattern? Who knows? I mean, we'll have to see. I doubt it. Okay, I don't think we will see this month in the greens. I highly doubt that. I will actually be very, very surprised if we do see up September right in the greens, but we'll have to see, guys. Okay, now I showed you guys this before in the past, but I want to show you guys it again for today's video. So Benjamin posted this back last month in August, saying Bitcoin will likely go to its bull market support band in September, and that means it's going to be going much, much lower. Okay, and this was when Bitcoin was actually above $110,000, when it was at like 113, and clearly right now Bitcoin is back at 107. Okay, $107,000. So yeah, Benjamin, his predictions are on point right now, and yeah, Bitcoin is most likely back at this support band, and it's already September. So yeah, his prediction is on point, and we could potentially see Bitcoin going much, much lower. Okay. But yeah, you have to place it right over here. In the past cycles, Bitcoin marked a major low in September and then rallied for 2 to 3 months in Q4. Okay, so yes, historically, right, in September, Bitcoin does go down, but then Bitcoin does have a beautiful rally, in the next few months, right, 2 to 3 months after September in Q4, and that's why I truly do believe Q4 is going to be amazing for Bitcoin, guys. So Bitcoin holders understand, okay, whether Bitcoin goes down to 105 to maybe even back down to $100,000 or lower, right? Don't panic, okay? And I'm not making this video to be bearish, okay? You guys know I'm never bearish on Bitcoin. I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin. I'm just making this video to give you guys a heads up, because most likely when this correction does happen for Bitcoin for this month in September, I don't want you guys to panic. There is no reason to panic, guys. Okay, and if you've been in Bitcoin, right, you would know that this asset is very, very volatile. Short term, yes, Bitcoin is volatile, but long term, okay, it's always shooting up. It always recovers and reaches a new all-time high every single time. And that's why I always tell you guys to, buy Bitcoin and to hold it, right? DCA and hold your positions. This is the best strategy, especially to be in Bitcoin, right? To be a investor into Bitcoin, right? And I know a lot of you guys want to build wealth. A lot of you guys, want to have some type of, freedom in life. I do believe you will get all of that by simply just DCAing and holding Bitcoin, right? Be in Bitcoin for the long run. And of course, that's not financial advice. As we know, Bitcoin has, store value, okay? It really, really is. So that's why Bitcoin is a great long-term investment, and it's a hedge against inflation, right? Bitcoin is truly a hedge against inflation, okay? It's beating inflation, okay, long-term, right? It really, really is. So understand, guys, Q4 is going to be amazing, okay? And that's why I truly do believe, okay, we're going to see Bitcoin going much, much higher. You guys need to understand the top is not in yet for Bitcoin. So this chart is showing us here that Bitcoin will be reaching beyond $200,000. As I've been telling you guys many, many times throughout my videos for Bitcoin, right? I always tell you guys, Bitcoin has the potential to reach at least $200,000 to $250,000. This chart is showing $265,000, right? And it is possible that we can see Bitcoin going much, much higher. Okay, it is possible, guys. Okay, you guys clearly see right over here, 300K, right? Over 300K, $350,000. Is that possible? I mean, we'll have to see. But I do have a really, really good feeling that we can, see Bitcoin reaching at least 200K and 250. I think that is very, very possible, right? 300K and beyond, we'll have to see about that, right? Because you guys need to understand, at some point, we're going to see a bear market happen sometime next year in 2026, right? So understand, guys, overall, yes, the top is not in here for Bitcoin. $124,000 per Bitcoin is not the top. Okay, Bitcoin will be going much, much higher, 150 to 180 to $200,000 and beyond. So Bitcoin holders, be prepared for that. This is the best time to stack as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. Okay, and speaking about stacking, right? Michael Saylor is stacking a lot of Bitcoin, as we all know. Okay, strategy, right? They've been buying and accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. So this chart, okay, with these orange circles are the purchases that strategy have made. And the bigger the circles, the bigger the purchases. So you guys can see throughout this year in 2025 and even in 2024, man, they've been stacking a lot of Bitcoin, right? You guys can just clearly see that. And he says Bitcoin is still on a sale, right? And it really, really is. Okay, it really, really is, guys. So I hope you guys are simply stacking and accumulating as much Bitcoin as you possibly can, because like I said, this is truly the best time to do all of that. And you guys need to understand, okay, when one Bitcoin is $1 million, because you guys need to understand Bitcoin, okay, will eventually be worth $1 million. And it's not going to stop there. It's going to be worth millions of dollars per coin one day, right? That's going to happen. Whether you guys like it or not, whether you guys are ready or not, that's going to be happening for Bitcoin. So understand, when one Bitcoin is $1 million, you won't care if you bought at $170,000 to $124,000. And that's very, very true. And a lot of you guys may think it's, I'm too late to buy Bitcoin. You're not too late to buy Bitcoin. Don't look at the Bitcoin price. Just think about the market cap of Bitcoin, right? The market cap of Bitcoin is like what, over 2 trillion, okay? Comparing it to all these other assets around the world, like for example, real estate and gold, right? The market cap for Bitcoin, comparing it with, real estate and gold, right? Art and whatnot, it is tiny. The market cap of Bitcoin is so, so tiny comparing it with all these other asset classes in the entire world. Okay, so understand, guys, we are not too late to buy Bitcoin. You can even look at the price, right? People, okay, are saying to themselves, I'm too late to buy Bitcoin. It's too late to invest into Bitcoin right now. Okay, it's beyond 6 figures. It's over $100,000. But you guys need to understand, Bitcoin, like I said many times, is going to be a digital asset that's going to be worth $1 million and beyond. Okay, understand that, guys. You're going to have the biggest regret for not buying any Bitcoin right now when it's just above 100K. Because imagine when Bitcoin is at $1 million and beyond, and you didn't buy any when it was back at 100K, right, in 2025, you're going to regret it. Okay, so don't have that same regret, guys. You are not too late to buy Bitcoin. I don't know why people think it is too late to buy Bitcoin. It really isn't, right? Bitcoin has, been around for what, over 15 years now. Okay, and that's not very long at all if you really think about it. Less than 20 years, that's not long. We are still so early for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, the markup of Bitcoin is what, like over 2 trillion. Okay, the price over 100K. This asset, right? This digital asset will be worth $1 million and beyond. Okay, understand that, guys. So you're not too late to buy Bitcoin. Okay, please understand that, right? And here's a chart that I really wanted to show you guys, right? And I'm pretty sure I've showed you guys this chart before in the past, right? But this chart is just clearly showing us, Bitcoin on track to reaching $1 million and beyond by the year 2035, okay, which is like in the next decade, right? Next 10 years. Beautiful, okay? And you guys need to understand this is going to be happening for Bitcoin. So you guys can clearly see, yes, short term, Bitcoin is volatile, but long term, when you just zoom out, okay, when in doubt, zoom out, you guys can clearly see Bitcoin is always trending up to the upside. It's always recovering and it's always shooting higher. This is why you guys need to invest into Bitcoin for the long run. Don't be in Bitcoin for short term to make a quick buck or anything like that. If you really want to make life-changing wealth, okay, be in Bitcoin for the long run. And that's why, guys, right, I'm personally buying a lot of Bitcoin. I'm simply DCAing to Bitcoin, okay, and I'm holding it. I haven't sold any of my Bitcoins. And, I've been in Bitcoin for what, 5 years now, which is crazy to think about, right? I've been investing into Bitcoin now for 5 years, and I've never sold any of my Bitcoins, not even a dime of it. Okay, not even $1 worth of Bitcoins I have sold. I've just been simply buying and holding. That is it. Okay, that is it. And I'm still going to continue to do that for a lifetime. Okay, buy Bitcoin and just simply hold it. Okay, and of course, down in the future, eventually I will start, using my Bitcoins to buy things with. Okay, so that is that, guys. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. That is always much appreciated. But yeah, more videos will in fact be coming your way. So guys, be prepared for this month in September. We could potentially see Bitcoin going much lower, but don't panic. Okay, when we do see Bitcoin going lower, buy more. If you can't buy more, right, just hold your positions. Okay, that's all you can really do. Okay, it's going to be the worst thing to do is to sell your Bitcoins, right? So don't do that. But yeah, appreciate all you guys. Be prepared for this month in September. Okay, and yeah, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.